What's going on, you guys? It's Monday. Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. And I'm so excited you are here. Oh my god. This is my all-time favorite part of the week, and I am grateful for every each and every one of you who are here with me. If you are watching it live, welcome to the Twitch chat, or if you're watching it or listening to it after the fact, thank you for watching and listening. Come join us someday here on the Twitch at twitch.tv/4geeksbygeeks and join the live conversation where you can talk to my guests each and every week, because we do this each and every week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard here on Twitch. As just one of the many great things that we do here on the channel. So how are we doing, you guys? How's your week going? My week started strangely easy. I work with some really great people, and so our Monday started off in an amazing way. I'm not even going to brag how easy and great it was. Oh, thank you for the host, Stephanie. I see Stephanie's here. I see Alex here. I see Stitch Quinn is here. I see Forgotten Fighter. Welcome, guys. Welcome to your Monday Night Geek Out Sesh, where we just geek out loud about all things photography. Tonight is going to be about photography, but we also do cosplay, anime, video games, just the greatest things on earth. So thanks for hanging out with me. I do encourage you, use that command QOTD for the question of the day, which I want to know, what's the most dangerous position that you found yourself for work? Now, don't incriminate anybody here if, like, you're doing some shady deals where you found yourself in a back alley stabbing a man. That would have been last week. If you missed it last week, my guest was stabbed several times for her art. But you can always go back on YouTube or podcast and listen to last week. But I want to know, for your work, what's the craziest position you found yourself? Maybe it's physical position, mental position, I don't know. Stephanie said, oh, sorry, didn't know it and activate an alert. Hell yeah, it's going to activate an alert, Stephanie. You're doing us a favor. I want the whole world to know about it. So I would say for me, and I'm going to ask my guest, which you're going to meet here in just a few minutes, the same question. But for me, I think one of the most dangerous positions I found myself in for work would have been, there was one summer I was working as like an intern for a community theater, and we had one place where we were doing the show, but I had to run back on my own, and I was like a freshman in college, or I had just finished my freshman year, and I had to go back to a different theater to pick up some lights, but the only place you could find these lights were up above the heads, and there was no scissor lift or anything. So the only way I could do it alone, completely alone, was I put an A-frame ladder into the seats, and I stood on the very, very top of the ladder. This was probably a, 15-foot ladder. And on my tippy toes, I was reaching up with a wrench where there's like a 35 and a half foot pound light dangling over my head that I'm trying to unscrew on my tippy toes on this 15-foot ladder on the very top step with nobody around. So if I dropped it, if I fell, I would have just died, and no one would have found me for days. But thankfully, I did get the light down. I took it back, and no one knew the wiser how many OSHA violations I accrued that day. But Forgotten says, I kind of volunteered to get shot at. Yeah, that's quite a job. Thank you for your service, though. Stitch Quinn, I was underneath a tank helping install data equipment. What, like a kind of tank? Like, what the hell? What do you do? But I gotta know from my guest, so keep those coming all night long, and also feel free. Oh my god, I didn't even update. I gotta update this. I need people to know. I gotta update the title. So unprofessional. So people know to use QOTD. Also, so people to know command Jaws, so that you can support my guest tonight, and you can go directly to everywhere he is. Stephanie Strick Photo says library job, so a very highly dangerous place. A girl was taking refuge at the library while waiting for someone to pick her up. Her boyfriend, who has a record, came into the library and screamed at her, "You effing bitch," and I got up and got between them while he kept trying to get to her. Holy shit. Like, I know you're scrappy. Like, I bet you put that guy in his place, but You don't know what he has. He could have a knife. He could have a gun. What the hell, Steph? You're a hero. Stitchquin, I used to go to data logging for military testing in college, so literally was a tank. Holy shit. Well, I'm curious to see what my guest has been in the dangerous positions, because tonight you're going to meet my friend Erik Jaws, who is a photographer of all kinds, but also does especially great cosplay photography. So if you are looking to get into photography, or if you're a cosplayer looking to book a photographer, you can get both sides of it tonight. You're going to find out lots of hot tips, some great advice, some hopefully great stories throughout the night, and then stick around to the end of the stream, because we're going to be playing a little game I call photoshoot, where we're going to have to race around our homes and take artsy photos of some crazy items, that whatever we can find within reach. And then you get to decide who did it best. Me, this nobody streamer, versus an actual photographer. So we will see. Steph said, it was fine. I told him to leave and my boss called the cops. Okay, thank God. Photography job, standing in countless unstable objects to get a good angle. See, that's why I had this question in the first place, Steph, because I was certain that Erik had to have put himself in some ridiculous positions to get that sweet, sweet angle. So we're going to bring him in. I'm tired of keeping him in the wings. I hope you're ready to meet my friend, the very talented, the one, the only. I'm stalling while I unmute him. Erik Jaws. Give it up, you guys. Hello, Erik.
You had me on mute for 5 minutes.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Jaws.
I'm kidding.
It was in the rider contract that we sent over to your publicist said that she gave it to you. I'm so sorry.
A publicist? I didn't even know that.
Well, I gave it to some woman.
Was her name Vanessa? I know.
No, it was Chico. I don't know.
Chico?
Yeah.
Either way, sorry. I don't know what I was
saying. And that's tonight's scene, you guys. Thank you.
There you go. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. No, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to just be chilling out, being here on your Geek Sessions, and just hanging around and chatting. I need to mute myself because I'm just hearing myself on the stream, and I'm like, I can't hear my voice.
Oh, I hate that
right
when
now.
you have like the monitor going and it's like half-second delay. You think
exactly.
You're slowly going crazy. Oh my God, Stephanie's blowing up the chat with the best.
Holy
emotes.
cow! Oh, especially the rainbow dead fish or the sardine. I don't know what is that even called. I always see that around, but either way.
I have to get really close. Okay. So Erik, I gotta know, what's the most dangerous position that you've been in for work?
So yeah, I was thinking about that this past 5 minutes, be like, okay, so I could tell about all the OSHA violations from my own job, which is either included trying to take down like a 1-ton beam with like literally like a hand Dremel, a generator like just barely propped on a forklift as I'm underneath trying to install wheels, or even cutting like 2 inches of metal. But I guess I have to keep this photography related. But
you don't have to.
I guess probably the here. I don't know. Well, because again, we're talking about photography. You know, I got to talk about this a little bit.
Okay, wait a second.
So I guess
somebody's got to.
Exactly. Trying to stay on brand. I got your text.
Yeah. I'm just texting you while talking to you while on stream. It's fine.
It's but no, I gotta say probably like the most dangerous position I've ever had, at least in photography, I gotta say is probably like my first cosplay shoot ever.
I'm interested.
So my first cosplay, what I did was like a Fallout shoot that was nearby actually my workplace, because it does look like an abandoned warehouse.
Fallout shoots
and you know, an empty factory sort of like area in Chicago.
Okay.
And so we do the shoot around inside the building, and so we go outside, and there's like a train yard nearby us. And so I was like, how about this? Let's go over to the train yard area. I wasn't going to have the town on the tracks, but just like, nearby or whatever. Because again, it just looked kind of like the perfect post-apocalyptic zone area. Mm-hmm. But then, and as I said, we're doing the shoot for a little bit. And as like, we're sort of like walking to the last location for the shoot, I I see a car pulling up. Just like, and I see the word security on there, and I'm like, oh great. So it's like, okay, what do? We either just act casual, he'll either ignore us or run, which makes us look guilty. So
Right.
So we're walking, trying to be casual. The car pulls right up. The security guard opens up the door, and I'm trying to remember whatever detail it was, whether or not he pulled out his firearm or not, but he basically that's what I'm trying to remember. It's like, I don't know if he did or not, but I knew he was like behind the door. That's what I'm trying to remember. Put the gun down on the ground. Because like the cosplayer had like the plasma rifle like 3D printed.
Oh.
And so he saw that and I'm just casually like, okay, I tell her, okay, just literally let's just put it on the ground. I even put my camera down on the ground. The guy comes up closely, walks over and says, Is that a prop? Is that like, did you make that? I was like, oh, she did. It was like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. And
instant fan.
It was like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. But it was just like, yeah, that brief moment was like, this is a story I will never tell my mom because clearly if I told her this, she would never have let me do cosplay photography. But
she's like, see, this is why you should have gone into accounting like I told you. She's like, see, this is why
she would want me to go into the medical industry like her and my dad.
But you were a disappointment and decided to be artistic.
I don't know. Well, I followed my sister's place. She had an art history major, so
there you go. At least you weren't the only black sheep in the family.
Generation. But no, so that was a crazy.
That's fun. Nuts. Like that, he could have opened fire on you. Like that's like trigger happy security guard.
Well, as I said, that's what it's like. I just don't remember if he did pull it out or not. But I just remember he told put the gun down on the ground. So that was like maybe the big thing I thought. So
you're like, gun,
but either way, well, the one that looks like a bloody rifle, that's right there.
Oh my God. There was one time I was walking in my city streets. I had a gimbal, which for those that don't know, it's something you mount your camera to. It keeps it like steady, whatever. Because for my work, sometimes I do some videography or whatever. But it was raining. So I have it under like a coat. And all you see is the handle. And this woman calls out across the street, "Hey, you got a gun?" And I was like, no, it's a camera. It's a camera. She's like, oh, shit. Photography's dangerous, y'all. You don't even know.
No doubt. Dangerous and expensive. Enough said.
Great. Well, that's the show. If you don't get anything in tonight, just know it's
goodbye.
Dangerous and expensive. Give up before you start your dreams, kids. But Eric, for those that maybe don't know so much, by the way, is that a shark koozie? That is so on brand.
I got it as a gift. I mean, I swear, like most of the gifts I have, like I don't get this shark stuff. Everyone else gets the shark stuff for me. I realize you put me on full screen.
You've never bought anything shark yourself?
Oh, okay. To be fair, I have bought shark stuff. I gotta say, like probably like 66% is like gifts I get. Jeez. Like literally for my birthday at C2E2, like someone gave me a shark shirt, shark socks, a shark pin or whatever. And I'm like, oh goodness.
But I need you to show off the back of this shirt because it's kind of beautiful. I noticed this while we were getting set. He just walks away from the camera and I'm like, oh shit. He's got a shark shirt even. It says Jaws, 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 Jaws.
Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
We need you to shake your hips just a little more, I think.
Oh, okay.
There it is. That's what you guys came here to see. Hell yeah, let's go. So where did Erik Jaws come from? Why are you all about sharks now?
That's always been a question, but basically, like my last name is Jaworski, Jaw. And back in college, I used to do a little bit of DJing work. So I was like trying to think, okay, what do I name myself? It's like trying to think of like some weird names. I thought, what about just Jaws? Not DJ Jaws, just Jaws.
Just Jaws.
And it kind of just became sort of like a little brand and a little nickname that I got in college. To then, when I like left college, I was like, okay, try and like make a name for myself for like, photography or whatever. It's like, okay, like I remember one of the things I saw in people's business cards was having that like personal little touch that makes it their thing. So like, again, just like whether just like little designs of something, or one person I believe was from Latin America, and I think they had sort of like, was it that like cropping, like was it that like the design cropping? So like when you look from space, it looks like like an ant or something like that. I'm blanking the location where it's at, but what?
I'm trying to follow you, and I don't know at all what you're saying.
I forget what it is, but she put her own personal like cultural like personal touch to it, and so it's like, well, let me try a shark brand, and then it just really stuck.
And now it's like my wife once mentioned she likes alpacas, and now she gets 1,000 every Christmas. So you screw
There's like
yourself.
someone, no doubt, like someone was mentioning about it where it's like people are going to remember your two favorite things or certain things about you. And that's basically where you're going to get for the next 2 years or
exactly
5 years, I guess, for me.
It's easy.
But either way.
So for those that don't know, they know you're a photographer, but what do you specialize in as Erik Jaws?
What I specialize in? I just go with the flow, to be honest.
Okay.
It's just whatever gig I can get at the time, because I was always like used to getting like different little gigs here and there, different little projects, and just working with it. But I suppose like the one gig which keeps me busy, I'll admit, that really keeps me busy and productive and such, is cosplay photography. That definitely seems to be the one like little niche that has really latched on to like my brand and a few things. But I still try to do other things wherever I can, just to offer the services.
Yeah, because when we scroll your Instagram, a lot of it is cosplay photography, while having some great shots of like portraits and outdoor shoots and a lot of other great things. But it's, of course, the geek in me is just pulled to the cosplay photography. So how did you first get started into cosplay photography?
So this started, again, I'm trying to like relate the stories a little bit. So I went to C2E2 back in 2016. I went with a friend, and I actually cosplayed myself. Or not, I cosplayed myself. No.
Wow.
I actually like, it was one of those rare moments where Erik cosplays, and I cosplayed as Deathstroke, as my friend cosplayed Nightwing. Okay. And so it was kind of fun to like walk around, because it was like my first con, and it was kind of cool. Got a lot of people taking photos of me. I was like, oh god, I can't wait. And then I went to C2E2 the following year, and I wanted to cosplay again, but I was like, I want to try to cosplay something with a camera. So like
Smart.
what could work. And one thing I remember that came out recently during that time was Dead Rising 4, which has Frank West, who is basically a zombie killing photojournalist. And I was like, oh, I got this setup right here. I could do this. So I'm like wearing like his outfit. I even like made a prop, like spiked bats, that I carried around with me with my camera.
Okay.
But I'll admit that was like the worst time to cosplay a character with the spiked or the barbed wire bats, because everyone thought I was Negan from Walking Dead.
Yeah. Once Negan bashes one person's brains out, then of course barbed wire bat must be Negan.
But I don't know. But there was like a few people that like still recognized me. It's like, oh, thank you so much. I think it was like 2 people. Even one person, like, kind of funny enough, I met them and they recognized me, and suddenly I get invited to their wedding.
As their photographer,
but then,
or as a friend?
No, just a friend. Thank God.
See, look at cosplay bringing people together. It's beautiful.
It is. Well, it is really kind of interesting how small this community is. Many people like know each other's like family relatives or something. But so I said, I had a camera with me at C2E2, and I was like taking photos, like as I was like walking the floor, hanging out in the lobby, and I take the photos, I share them on Facebook, and a lot of people really loved it, and they were asking about photo shoots and such. I was like, I guess I'll give this a try then, and again, that's what I kind of like just got into it more. And I think the one thing I do like really enjoy about cosplay photography is that, as much as like, again, portraits and fashion, it's like, okay, you're doing some poses there, but part of me likes cosplay because it kind of is like geeky portraits or something like that. And there's like a lot of creativity that you can work with to help enhance the photos. Because I'll admit, I try my best with poses or trying to make people do stuff with their hands. It's difficult.
Hands are hard. Hands are hard no
totally.
matter what you're doing, whether you're drawing, posing, acting. What do you do with your hands?
Exactly.
Do you mind if we take a stroll down your Instagram while we talk about what's going on?
Of course.
So if you don't already follow Erik Jaws, then please do. And if you use Command Jaws, you can find his link tree to all of his amazing work, including a place to book him, so you can book him for your next gig. But like you can see, you don't just do cosplay photography, but it's my favorite. It's my personal favorite, just because it's where I live.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that I think first caught my eye with your photography is not only like the composition's great, the color's great, the poses are great, but I love those extra like special effect details that you add in. Like, is that something that you were trained in, or is that just something like you picked up along the way? Like, how'd you even get into that?
No, it was definitely something I picked up along the way because I come from, at least when I was doing photography, I start off with sort of like a photojournalistic sort of style. Hence why, as I said, I was used to like, okay, gotta get used to or be adaptable to the lighting or the situation and trying to keep things as natural as possible. But as I said, with like cosplay photography, it's like, okay, you gotta add up to it a little bit or enhance it, if you will, with whether special effects or certain cleanups or details. But definitely the effects is still something that I've been trying to work my best through. And I look at like edits I did in early days of photography. It's like, oh God, I don't want that to be shown on the internet. Versus to like now where it's like, I feel a little bit more confident in my editing skills.
And I struggle with that too, that looking back and seeing like some of your old work and like, why is this here? But also I'm really glad it is, because you get to look back and it's like a progress marker. Like you can compare the two, like, look how far, like this 10-year challenge is crazy. Cause I love that like my friends and family are like, look how much I've changed in 10 years. But all my cosplay friends are like, this is my first cosplay 10 years ago. This is how much I've leveled up since then. And it's just really remarkable to see.
But I think that's also why, where it's like, because I've been reformatting like my like posting habits and why it's like, okay, I'll do like some new shoots, but then it's like, oh, let me post like some old stuff there. So like how that like Universal Studios stuff that was like back in 2014, if you will. So it's like part of me is like, I want to acknowledge, okay, like some of the work I've done over time, or even even Quidditch right there. The Quidditch World Cup in that one, which that is actually 10 years old now.
That's wild. But the thing I really want to know, I want to know how you did this. With this like light effect, this glowy pink stuff.
So that was actually from a workshop that we hosted at Cos Meetup, where we were trying to like find more activities that are not just like sort of like having a bunch of cosplayers and photographers meet up and just doing whatever shooting at or photo shoots. I keep saying shooting. It's like that doesn't always sound like the right words to say.
Maybe out of context. I'm going to clip all of this and then send it to the FBI.
No. Well, it's like, no, that was the thing where it's like we hosted a meetup at University of Chicago, and I was like, all right, who's ready to shoot? And I was like, you don't want to say that on the campus. But no, so exactly. So we're trying to do like some more like little smaller events again to help like minimize again numbers or like attendance. So it's like we're not, because especially with things been going on lately. So it's at least trying to control like attendance. We've been hosting like little mini workshops. And this one, which you could see, was what we hosted, and we had like a great light painter, because he was the guy who actually did all these patterns and such, Zoe, which he's credited in these photos. But basically, like, he told us what to do, which again, as Stephanie was saying, sort of using long exposures, where basically what you do, you have the talent basically hold there in the pose for, let's say, about 10 seconds or so. So they got to hold that pose right there. And during that time, which I think you could see, the person who has like sort of like a light, and again, it's kind of interesting what they have, where it's like a light that can change like colors or again that wavy patterns. And so like because the shutter is so open, but outside is so dark, it'll like when you like rotate this around, and when you shutter closes, you'll sort of see like a loop-de-loop effects or whatever is like drawn right there.
That is so cool.
It is a very technical thing, but again, the other bit that's also like the factor is like, well, technically you also need a flash as well, because like if you only shot the like back part, you wouldn't get the talents, like you would just get the silhouette of the talents and like the light behind them. So it's always like technical with that. It's always, and again, I think it's always at the very end, you flash the talents with, a bit of light so that they're highlighted in there.
Okay.
Which to be honest, Flash is not my best strong suit. It's something I'm trying to improve upon. But as I said, I learned some of this stuff from another workshop, which was using like spinning wool. Like, like sort of like the Doctor Strange, like when he does like the spinning with his hand, you see sparks flying out.
Yeah.
Kind of think of that similar concept where, again, you sort of like keep the shutter going on long, and you see all the sparks like flying out and landing on different places instead of it just being like only a few sparks. So that's what I love about photography. It is both a balance of creativity and science, if you will. So it's always like a little bit of a battle between the two.
I just love the blend, and like I see that a lot in a lot of your photography. Is you're always just thinking how it almost. There was one picture I couldn't find it. I was going back and I was trying to find it a lot. It was, maybe you can help me if you tell me where or when. It was somebody with flame, I think. I don't know if it was like a My Hero or it was an avatar, but somebody you shot. Is it
like
Siri?
Witcher? Well, it's it's
that's also very cool, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. And I was like looking for it. I was like, I want to show that one just because that was like the first shot. Okay, that's dope.
Like trying to. So that's the spinning wool one that I mentioned earlier. So
no, it was.
I'm like looking.
This is great content for all of you.
Oh, wait.
They were like holding fire, I think.
That's. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Is it?
I think this was one. I think I know which one it is.
How far down is it? Okay, I found the Siri.
Is it Shay?
Maybe it was Shay.
Is it the Shay one?
Yeah. Who somehow avoided. Look, I'm just passing all these great photos. Shay somehow avoided getting on this stream yet, but she will.
I think I was like trying to think of what stuff to have for the slideshow, and I think it was the fact I think I had someone like having their hand like in front twice, and I was like trying to get some like variety.
There is so much going on in this photo, and for those that have no idea how you created this, will you just like kind of give us a step by step from the shot to the end product, how you got here?
Again, like I'm trying to think of this because we did this shoot literally a year ago.
Okay.
So I think again we shot this at Rosemont, and as I said, where I was like, okay, let's maybe have, and again I'm trying to think if she had like sort of like some photo examples or something like that. It was like again the one thing I was like trying to do is like how can I do like a fire and ice combo little pose thing? So it's like okay, well left hand is the fire side, so I like had her like hand out right there, and I was like okay, let's try have the other hand in the back to like be ice, and again I think we took like a few different variations, but I think she chose that one particularly because I think the close-upness, but so again to like work with that little balance. So like with the hand in the back, I was like working on a few other ones where I think I was looking at a YouTube video of like ice powers, if you will, and so it's just like okay, like you sort of like select the skin area. I remember it was like a number of layers where it's like one is about detailing, one is about like having a filter of sort of like glass, if you will. So it's like it's just like different layerings. I remember. So it was like a layer of glass because again, when you look at ice, it always has like a sheen effect. But then like it's always never like perfectly like clean like normal glasses. So you got to have like little crisps in there as well. I like how you just switched to the full screen of me as I'm like, but and then of course like with the hand and DSP, thank you so much. And then like with the right hand, obviously I had a little bit forward. I'm really trying to remember this one. I think it was a combination of like some PNG files that I had saved, but I know that in Photoshop there's like a I think there's like sort of like a rendering filter that you can do where with like the pen tool, like say for example, like okay, draw this there, you can create an individual flame that the computer will actually make in there.
So that's how you built that flame? By hand?
As I said, a combination. Well, not by hand, by
you drew
Photoshop.
But then Photoshop like filled in the gaps?
Yeah, so it you could like direct it, say like, okay, I want it to be curved or I want it to be so much. Again, basically AI stuff. But of course, I'm like looking at the photo. It's like, again, some little thoughts where it's like, well, maybe I should have kept the face a little bit more warm and maybe like the front of the hand a little bit darker. Because when you think of light, there's so many technical things that, again, that a lot of people don't think about when doing special effects. And again, it is like that little bit where it's like, you need to have it, and again, Gaussian blur, because like when you look at her hand, it is out of focus. So logical sense, the flame has to be out of focus and such. And then you can see like little sparks of the flame, like a little bit on top. And again, that was like the thing that I'll admit was a challenge. Like, okay, trying to blend that like fire and ice storm little aspect, which again, you could see sort of like little bits here and there. But as I said, it's always like a little bit of a challenge, especially when you do Photoshop, where it's like, this looks right, I want to say, but again, and as I said, it's just always experimenting. It's always experimenting, trying different things, blending modes. Exactly. So, but and that's why I said, where it's like, okay, I have this creative idea, but how do I achieve it and at least make it look believable? Because again, as I said, I have that like documentary mindset where it's like I want to still make it feel realistic if possible.
Well, I gotta say, this is the one that first caught my eye. Like I've seen a lot of your photography, and it was great. But then I saw this, and I think I even commented like, "Holy shit, who edited this?" And he's like, "You're like, hi, I did it. I took it and I edited it." I'm like, this is amazing because a lot of times when people do fire and they edit it, it doesn't look like fire. This looks like fire. That is fire. Look at it.
Thank you.
And I love the fact that you built it yourself. Like, I would have thought maybe you found something and you just like made it great. But like the fact you made that, you can sense it. And then all the other effects, I don't know. I just love this photo. And I remember staring at it for way too long when I first saw it.
No, thank you. Yeah, no, definitely. That's one of the things I'm trying to do is trying to like push myself into photo effects, even though it takes a little extra time and sometimes a little bit of liquid luck, if you will, to be able to try to achieve it if best as possible.
Well, it also takes being the most handsome man that Alec has seen here in the chat. It was before it was me, but I've been replaced. So I take my crown and I give it to you. You are now the most handsome in the show. It's your show now.
Okay.
Next week you're going to organize. There it is. Wow. The little movie magic.
I did not know you were a Blackhawks fan.
I am. Man. Hardcore. Big fan.
Oh, goodness. Oh, hair god. Never mind. Oh, it's more the hair.
It's the hair. He's really big into hair. He loves a good head of hair.
He loves my Edward Cullen hair, as I was told back in high school.
It's a solid mop you got there, buddy.
Oh goodness. I was gonna say it. It's like I only took it to get cuts like before the holidays, and now it's like, is it too long now? It's like I always measure like if this hair is too uncontrollable, if gel doesn't work, and if I could like have a fist right there, and then suddenly like there's some hair like just popping out. I was like, okay, that's enough. I was trying to do all these.
I just want to see my hair. No, I got room. It's only about there.
Okay, but it's like, yeah, because I got a big fist, so it's like if it's like if the hair is like poking out of the fist, it's like, okay, time to get a haircut. And as I said, like if gel does not work, yeah, it's like I gotta tame the hair beast. Wait, yeah.
Well, Alec, I promised Alec that I would ask hair advice while on stream, He really liked the spiky look from the picture that you shared and that we promoted with. So if you,
No.
other than cutting, do you have any like hot hair tips? Because this is really what people came here for.
Honestly, I just as always just go with the flow. I know I always do like, okay, just mess it around because again, it's like decent amount of gel. One thing I do at least which I've been doing lately, and I think it's been better control. It's like, okay, I use a comb to. I'm like waiting for that full screen that you're gonna do. I'm just waiting for it. But no, I think that helps like spread the gel out evenly instead of having like those awkward like clumps that are just like awkward there. So that's why I've kind of learned a little bit to help manage the hair.
And I've got curly hair. Like growing up, they used to call me Jufro Kid. Oh, thanks for the sub. Oh, Alec gifting another sub to John, as if he needs a gift. Oh, by the way, if you notice, there's a health bar that shows up anytime that you follow, sub, host, and if you all work together, that maybe you can destroy me in my health. So work together, take down the big boss.
Is it only you that has the health bar?
It's the stream.
Oh, okay.
So you can kill the stream.
Okay. So
it's in the bottom.
So I'm in good health. I'm in good health. You're telling me.
Yes, of course. Yes. I would never kill my guest on stream. That's bad content. This isn't a snuff film.
But that would be hilarious content.
Hilarity. Let's just shoot people on stream with our cameras. Don't shut me down, Twitch. But okay, let's get back to the matter at hand. Because maybe there's some people in the chat or maybe watching after the fact, and they are budding photographers, and maybe especially cosplay photographers, because they love going to cons and they love dressing up, and they want to be that photographer for their friends. How do you go about like organizing a shoot at a con or even a shoot outside of a con so that everyone feels safe and feels organized? Do you have any insight there?
Yeah, so I'll definitely say I was kind of like fortunate growing into the scene because especially in recent years, there's definitely been a lot of people that either have not been the most appropriate on the con scene or like, again, they're trying to make a name for themselves, but ultimately like doing it the wrong way. So I'm very fortunate to be able to like get into the scene and have like a good reputation. But so again, just advice for new photographers, you said, right?
I mean, yeah, but like anybody, if they wanted to start a shoot, maybe for their friends or even like as a brand new person, because like you said, there's people that started that didn't do it the appropriate way. So maybe start there. What's an inappropriate way to have a photo shoot?
God, there's well, definitely touching without asking if it's all right to touch, because that's definitely a big no.
Weird.
That's a no.
Cosplay's not consent, and bodies are not consent.
Well, and no doubt, it's like part of me is like I understand where it's like okay, trying to adjust the talent to certain ways, but most of the time, whenever I ask someone to like do pose, I actually like demonstrate it myself.
Yeah.
Just do the pose there, which people can do as well. But if there like might be a few scenarios where it's like I just need you to move your elbow up just one little hair a little bit, and I was like, even it's just like a small light adjustment, it's just like is it right to adjust you a little bit? And most people are like, oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm a marionette. Just pull the strings wherever you need it to be.
Right.
So as long as you get that, I feel like that helps. But as long as it's appropriate for the shot. So no touchy. It's
I mean, there's a huge difference between somebody saying, may I touch you, and just touching you. Because there's 1,000 thoughts that go between, or assumptions you're making about that photographer if they don't ask.
Or maybe again, it is also phrasing, the way it's said. So I think touching might not be appropriate, but maybe it's saying like, can I adjust?
This is why I don't do this. Can I touch you?
touch. But no, like just again, that's the other thing I've also noticed as well. It is like not only like you need to have a lot of good communication both between like the photographer and the cosplayer, but also just the appropriate words or the right correct words that is situational to the shoot and not at all. So as I said, like touch, I don't think that's a good word. The one word I use a lot that I say is that the cosplayer, whoever the client is, I either say client or talent. I never say model, because I've seen a lot of like bad photographers use the term model before, like making them like a little bit more higher, thinking that it's a higher respected, but then they say the words my model, which is like, yeah, that's a bit controlling with it.
Yeah,
Exactly. So it's as I said, it's terminology that you got to like look out for with some people. Another like big thing I remember like a lot of people has said, again, it is definitely, if you don't feel comfortable, don't do the shoot. And one of the things, like, again, everyone always recommends is always bring a friend with you if you do not feel that comfort. And if the photographer says, no, I just want, just you.
feels bad.
The best way to describe is like the Sonic lines, like you get out of there or something. So
Gotta go fast.
gotta get out of there. That's all you can say. Sorry, am I jumbling things around a little bit?
No,
my
I'm
brain
just dropping the wisdom of gold pouring from your mouth. I mean, whatever you're doing it right, because Stitch Quinn said Erik is great to work with. Can't say that enough. So from a past client, you have a happy camper in the chat.
Or as like I unfortunately accidentally called her a lot of times on my stream, Stitch Queen. She's a queen.
She is a Stitch Queen.
Snaps right all around.
What's an appropriate way to like reach out to clients or talent if like you really enjoy their cosplay, or is that appropriate for you to reach out, or do you just make yourself available for them to reach out to you?
I think it's, for my like best scenarios, I always rather would like say, hey, I'm open. If you're interested, let me know. And again, like I especially know this, especially because I do some boudoir photography as well. I never reach out to someone for a boudoir shoot unless I have actually worked with them on boudoir before. So
like someone that you already have that relationship with.
Exactly. So we have the connections, but it's like I always like state, if you're interested in boudoir, let me know, and we'll go through the process. I'll give you the questionnaire so we could plan the shootout and set the limits and such. So again, I know that's what happened a lot of times with some of these sleazy photographers where they try to like do a shoot there, but they're like, oh, let's try to do like, again, they almost try to like make the shoots sexy for no reason. And
When
as I said, they try to,
or something like that.
it's not a boudoir shoot at all. It's not either in line with the character. That was like another thing that I've sadly seen some photographers do that. But again, trying to push them into boudoir where it was not even, again, comfortable for those people. So, but as I said, it's always better. And again, I always feel like it's always better to know, like, okay, we're on the same lines, we're on the same notes when, the talent approaches me.
Yeah.
Because when the talent approaches me, I know they're down for the shoots, they're comfortable for whatever, or, they trust me. And I want to make sure I keep that trust and keep that good relationship.
Yeah, because integrity in your business, I imagine, is huge. Because like you said a while ago, the cosplay community is small. And so if you burn a bridge, if you do one skeezy thing, that person's going to go tell every other cosplay friend, and you'll be blacklisted before you know it. So
exactly,
you really do have to take all these steps. So good on you for being able to do this and do this for so long. Even in the show, like when I'm reaching out to guests, sometimes I feel like what is the right way to approach them to ask, which is why I've been sticking with like kind of the smaller circle of people that I've met and know, because then I'm not weird and it's not like a skeezy thing. But I have reached out to a couple of people that are maybe outside the circle, and maybe they are a cosplayer and maybe they do like, all kinds of cosplay, including like maybe some lewd art, which is really cool. And I don't want to come across as like, hey, you want to come on my stream so I can like drool over you? But I don't know the right way to ask.
I think it's just keep it formal. Don't go like, hey, don't exactly slide in the DMs. Either find
like an email.
I'm just saying this in general or something like that. Just be nice and formal. Say like, I really enjoy the work. And again, just say, if you want to like work on something, let me know. Because again, especially for new photographers, I'll admit you're going to be doing a lot of collab shoots. You're not going to get money quite off the bat.
Yeah.
So you need to build that portfolio over time to help establish, your again, your work and again, your credibility to be able to, say, hey, okay, now people, if you really want to do a shoot with me, this is how much or whatever. So, and again, just to get a feel for it, and such. So,
what it sounds like is you didn't go into this like thinking this is how it's going to be, this is how much I'm going to charge, I know everything. Like you've just allowed yourself to level up bit by bit, gain more insight and knowledge, learn from those around you, and get to where you are, because it didn't happen overnight.
Oh yeah, like again, like as I said, I did whatever shoots like on location to like learn at least cosplay photography. When I did do my first con, I'll admit I did not have that communication quite there. So it was like some people paid me, some didn't.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I realized, okay, that was my bad for like reaching out to say shoot. And again, like I would have sounded like an asshole if like I'd be like go to the person and say like, hey, you owe me money or something like that. So it's like again, and that's that bit where it's like you got to understand where your lines. And so then when I did C2E2, which I call that my official, the first official time I did like offer shoots at a con, I did like sort of have the booking form for people so that they know, okay, here's how long the shoot's going to be. Here's what photos you get. Here's the price. So then everyone, whoever like, registers or does the booking form, they do it. Now, again, kind of to that bit where I've learned over the years, I'll admit, like the first time I did C2E2 with that booking form, like whenever people did those like bloody, I don't want to say bloody, they do those like their lineups of what they had plans for the cons.
Oh yeah. Like Friday, Saturday with the pictures, what they're gonna do. Okay.
I'll admit, this is looking back, it's like, yeah, this was sleazy. But I basically was like, hell, it would be great to do a photo shoot with you. Here's my booking form or whatever. And I was just like, I'm looking back, it's like, yeah, that was really bad. And again, that was like the awkward first introduction I had with, again, a good cosplayer friend of mine, where she like looks back, like, this is the first thing you ever said to me. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I was new. I was learning.
Guy, can you forgive me? It's like, yeah, I can forgive you. Thank you. I'm different, I swear. I've changed.
And it's hard again. Once you feel like you made that first impression, it's just like, how do you prove that I was just an idiot? I just didn't know what I was doing, rather than my intentions were not good, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, just either change of heart or again, because I think it was either that we did meet or at least whatever social media interaction stuff, and then like I think she realized like the potential of my work and professionalism that she came back to work with me again. While I feel like with other people, which again I've seen like a few recent cases where it's like they kind of get a little bit too personal with like, it's like they do like maybe a random shooter, they shoot a message about something, but then they get a little bit too personal into these like into cosplayers or something like that. And again, it is kind of interesting like how much like, again, respecting privacy or at least respecting boundaries is definitely key in the cosplay
boundaries
community.
And as a photographer, right, like boundaries are huge.
Oh, totally.
So I hope you guys are picking some nuggets of wisdom up from this great photographer, as you saw earlier on the stream. If you have any questions, is reaching out to you something that people could do? Like, can they slide into your DMs and ask you for some advice? Or should they wait for a workshop?
I'll allow it. No. Again, I'm usually down for some questions, or at least to some certain abilities. But if it's like, because again, there's like been times where it's like I've had other photographers like that I've never met before, and then they're suddenly like asking me for like about my prices, and they're like, "Oh, I ask people this all the time." It's like,
no, you don't.
I don't know if it's a question. I don't need to tell you this. And again, if it gets a little bit too personal in there, again, to a certain degree, yeah, exactly. So, or again, because I know like in recent time I've been a little bit more again, trying to keep my like page a little bit more focused and professional. It's like, okay, like I like to keep like whatever personal stuff on like my personal Instagram, whatever things. But like when someone like literally asks about my work, or especially because I work for NBC Universal for the Chicago like shows and such, sometimes
Right.
I get some people asking me like, "Oh, what's going on with this episode?" or something like that. It's like, I cannot tell you,
Can't
son,
say that.
because I could lose my job.
Right.
So as I said, it's like I've been, and again, it's only to certain people, I'll admit, and such, and I've been, and again, it's that bit where it's I don't know if like how like when I did start like cosplay photography, it was like I was so like excited to do this and that, but like I'll admit in like recent years, like I've definitely been having a little bit of like a guard up, if you will, to see like, okay, this person really, truly doing, wanting to do a shoot with me, or really does think the potential of my work, or they're trying to get a one up just to improve themselves without something. And
I guess that's the
it happens. It
shitty
happens.
side of getting the attention for your work as a creative, because you have the collaborative side where, of course, as a creative and a photographer, you want to collaborate. Like without subjects, you have nothing to photograph, right? But like everybody is trying. It feels like today everybody's trying to be some sort of creative or a creator or a streamer or photographer, and you do kind of have to keep some secrets close to the chest so that they aren't just taking advantage of you, taking for free advice when maybe that's like an income stream for you, isn't a workshop. And so rather than actually pay and give you what you are owed for that font of knowledge, they're just trying to get it in the slide, and that's shitty. But it's really smart. It's like that's what you just have to do nowadays.
Yeah, and again, there's also like that little bit balance where it's like, okay, does it, as I said, will this person contribute anything new or unique for my portfolio, or are they just wanting to shoot just to shoot? Which I think there is a difference. So, like for example, like someone booked me for like C2E2 a few years ago with cosplay. I was like, okay, sure, I'll do the shoot, whatever. Yeah, again, as normal. But then the following year at C2E2, they booked me for the same cosplay. And I'm like, at the same con that we did. And I'm like, and again, I was like trying to like say, I don't think I can contribute anything new. We're literally shooting in the same place. And such. And I was like, okay, like, and I told them like, I'm sorry, like I'm gonna decline. I was like, and again, I've been like making some changes to like my format where it's like, okay, this package is only available for like 2 cosplayers and not just one. It's like, oh, let me try to find another person. I'm like to work with. Like, I'm not again, there's some red flags that were sort of like, that were like bringing it up. And again, there's been times where it's like I've been noticing still more and more, and I'm trying like my best to like try to flag it down early as best as possible of like either cosplayers that are experienced, or at least they have some knowledge, or at least are professional, or others that are like, okay, like for example, like I'm dealing with someone at C2E2 recently that I did a shoot with, and what I think which I do, which is kind of nice, is like I let the cosplayers of the town choose what photos they want to edit. So like I let them decide from selections.
Yeah.
It's been a month and I've not gotten a response from this one person. And I was like, I've reached out to them on their email. I reached out to their Instagram, be like, hey, just want to make sure, did you get the email? It's like been a month, and I'm like,
and you haven't gotten paid
for certain. I did get paid.
Okay.
I did get paid.
Good.
But at the same time, I'm in that responsibility where it's like, I got other work to do and I need to continue. But at the same time, it's like, there's only so much you can handle. And again, like how even, I still remember there was someone who even wanted to do a photo shoot with me at the beginning of like the pandemic. Like only like maybe a few weeks into quarantine, they like reached out wanting to do a shoot. Or it was like whenever like what was like the little news of like, oh, you can go out and do photo shoots. Like suddenly like this one person was like really jumping on me. It's like, I want to do a shoot with you. I want to do a shoot. I was like, I'm still hesitant to do a shoot right now with the panorama going on right now.
I just got told to stay inside for the next 3 months. What are you talking about?
So, but again, I was like, I would rather open it up with like, working with people I know and trust to do it. So it's like, I don't want to exactly take clients, but as I said, this person, as I said, that just threw red flags right there. So and
what I'm hearing is, as a photographer, you not only have to protect your client to make sure they feel safe and comfortable, but also you have to make sure you're protecting yourself so that you're not getting taken advantage of. You're making sure that communication is key so that they know that there is expectation of payment at the end of the shoot. You're not just doing it as a favor. What are you guys hearing? What nuggets of gold are you pulling from this conversation? Meanwhile, Oceana Star, who works for an affiliate for NBC, wants to know if she can yell at you for all the constant schedule changes. Is that your department? Can she?
It's not my department. I'm dealing with those schedule changes myself, man. I just work in a warehouse, and I'm thankful I don't deal with the long production hours, because otherwise, if I was, I wouldn't be on this stream right here.
Well, I'm glad you're not. That's why I get to have you tonight. And I've been having a great time. And so thank you guys for hanging out tonight. We still got a little bit more tonight in tonight's Geek Out Sesh. And we're about to transition to a little game I call photoshoot. So, Erik, get your camera ready because...
All right, I'm getting the timer ready as well.
How much are you putting on that timer? How much time do we got?
You told me 30 seconds,
okay.
Right? I literally got the timer on right now to be like, okay, 30 seconds. All right, gotta be quick. Well, because again, I originally thought it was gonna be like the session you did with Steph, where it's like, okay, like gotta take selfies here and there. So I was like, okay, I gotta really time myself like to set up and such. But now that,
well, I can't do it exactly the same. I gotta throw you for a loop some way.
Okay.
But before we get to our game, quick question from Oceana: what is your favorite lens to use?
Difficult, very difficult. I will say I'm happy to be on this side this time.
Yeah, I bet you are, Steph. You get to watch us struggle.
It really depends on the job or what you shoot with, but again, the one I just default to a lot right now is my 50mm lens, because it's a good sort of like spatial awareness, as well as like it's the only lens I have that lets me go down to 1.2 aperture. But I'm excited because I did get a new camera with a new lens, which is an 85mm, which will have a longer focal point. Yeah. It only goes down to 2 aperture, but I'm like, whatever. I'd rather, pay $600 or however much instead of like $2,000 for a new lens on top of a new camera and such. So, but I'm really excited to try that one out. So, because again, the one thing I've learned, especially with any photography, unless you're doing like some unique wide angle lenses with like an action pose shots, it's always good to do the zoom aspect, because our faces look a little bit more narrower when you zoom in versus, doing the wide angle. Does that make sense?
Interesting. No, I never thought about that. Like, for reference, on the stream, what you guys are seeing is a 50mm. I have a Canon EOS hooked up as a webcam because I just like the way it looks. So this is with a 50.
Exactly. Well, but like at the same time, like, so say for example, if you switch to like a 24, your face will, as I said, will look a little bit wider, if you will, because it is a wide angle lens.
Oh,
okay. But as I said, if you go like to the longer lengths, your face will sort of like look a little narrower, and and again, we all like to look a little slim.
It looks svelte, especially with our fat faces.
Exactly. My chubby chins. Why do you think I have the beard? So I could at least have somewhat of a neckline.
So it could look so handsome. Well, I'm putting the command Jaws in the chat one more time, because if you have been excited about his work and you would like to book Erik Jaws, that is the place to do it and to start the conversation, so that you can feel comfortable. He's not going to touch you, and he's not going to ask, can I touch you? That would be a weird Boser thing to say. That's why I'm not a photographer.
Or at least I wouldn't be like, touch, can I touch? I think the only time I think I will do that is in a jokingly exaggerated, sarcastic, which hopefully I do my best to like make whatever sarcastic thing exclamation point, touch.
What's command touch do? But I'm ready to play a game. What do you think, Erik?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I hope I'll do well.
Let's go. Photoshoot. So here's how it's going to play. I've got a category of, where is it? Let me see. Where is it? Need a button. Where's my button? Oh, the button went away. I have to come over here. I've got to go old school.
I think DSB, the thing you should have is like the random, like, was it like the Patrick Star, like when he's at like the jellyfish museum and goes, touch, touch. So I think you got to have that random sound effect of just Patrick going, touch. Sorry.
Oh,
okay,
I'll work that into the stream. Damn it, missed opportunity. Alex says,
right note sound.
Boser seems like the dude to smell you, not touch you. I like a good smell. Is that because I got a big schnoz? Are you coming at me about my nose? Stitch is excited for this game. Good, so am I. And John, the most dangerous position he's been in for work was the time I was on a stepladder over a hot grill. I was not thinking that night. My boss may have slightly grilled me the next morning.
Ooh, goodness. Oh, a pun there.
So here's how it works. I've got a category, and we're going to take about 30 seconds to go race in our house and find the thing that we can take the most artistically done photo of that subject. And then we're going to throw it up in the stream. You're going to get to vote to decide which photo is best. And it's me versus an actual photographer. So let's see who it's going to be. Are you ready, Erik?
I'm nervous. I'm nervous too. Don't worry.
I
can't handle the pressure.
All right, so the very first category is round one, something green. So let's take 30 seconds. Got to take a picture of something green, and I have nothing great for any of you to look at. So you get to look at the game intro.
Waiting to start the timer.
On your mark.
I'm waiting for you to say go.
Get set. Go. I got back. Oh God, that was a black screen. There was nothing. What the hell? Okay, I got mine.
Okay.
I don't have a
Well
timer
delayed.
like I did for our Stephanie. I've leveled down in that way. Okay, you got your picture?
No. I think so.
I'm gonna text it. I'm gonna put it in this chat. That way they're all the same. They're all there. Go ahead and send it to our chat. I'm gonna put it up on the PowerPoint. And then y'all get to vote. You kind of...
Again, are you sure you didn't set this up? Because you're getting some good extra. You got a handicap, don't you?
I swear I didn't. I didn't set it up. I didn't think about what I was gonna take a picture of first. And we're not gonna say whose was whose. We're just gonna put it up there and let everyone else decide.
I'll keep it anonymous.
There we go. Okay, let me move this one over.
I feel like I'm getting judged.
Okay. You ready, guys? You're gonna find out. You're gonna see this. Where is it?
I'm not ready.
I need more clicky clicks. Okay.
I need
Drum roll.
time to set up.
This is round one. Oh, you've been off stream that whole time. Round one. Something green. Let's hear it. We could start a poll, or you can just shout out. You can say left or right, left or right. Meanwhile, I'm going to add a button to my stream deck so that I have it easier.
The gamers.
One of us may be going towards
my
base.
I was trying to use a little tool to help me out. I think that would delayed me in this the setup for this one, but we'll see.
You had a special tool for your photography?
Yeah, or at least something to help with the lighting.
Well, I do believe the one on the right has better lighting. I can see the nice shadow up against the wall. That's artistic. It's nice.
The left one also does have a good Dutch angle, which does lean the eye, though, while the one on the right is a little bit.
Yeah, I'm seeing Game Boy left.
But why? The question is, why are there Xbox games with a Game Boy, but at the same time with the other photo, why is there an umbrella with the plant? So
who knows?
It's mise en place. Mise en place. What is set in scene is important for a photo.
Oh, thank you for. I think Alex, thanks for setting up the poll. It looks like left takes the win, and that would be this guy. Ding, 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 ding.
As I said, it's like, you set that up early.
I would say yours is a better photo, but also I was playing to the base of the gamers. Like Ike. Hi, Ike. Welcome to the Geek Out Sesh tonight. All right, that's 1 point me. 0 point my poor guest. This is what I brought you on just to ridicule you. But don't worry, if you work with Erik, he's not going to take pictures of plants.
Not yet. Who knows?
All right, you ready for round 3? 2. Round 2.
I don't know. Oh God! What? Okay, I thought you were counting down for a second.
Round 2 is something old. Okay, ready? Something old. 30 seconds.
Oh, you can't use the Game Boy anymore, so FYI.
You're right. I gotta find something else.
Exactly. So that's the one thing I was like trying to think. Okay, like, do I use something twice or not? I don't know. So.
Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Got it. I found something. Is this a wedding list? Yeah, it kind of sounds like a Stitch. I didn't do something blue and something old.
Okay, I was on the timer this time. I was under the timer. Last one, I was like a few seconds late.
The next one will be something borrowed. Right. We're going to have to run to our neighbor's house, steal something, and take a picture of it.
What? Were you just going to take a picture of your neighbor?
Yeah, my old neighbor. Uh-huh.
Oh, God, you were. I was just only joking.
Hey, Greg. Old Greg.
Oh, Greg. I don't even know what show that's from, but yet I just understand the reference for some.
Oh, it's that old, it's, I guess, YouTube video, British I guess show, it would be.
It's YouTube. It was probably like a British show or something.
Old Greg.
Like, I'm old Greg.
But it was
Greg.
It was a video.
It was probably like.
I didn't watch a full thing of it, but I did watch a video.
Again, those clips where it's like, oh, just of this segment, so whatever have you. But yeah, I'm old Greg. I'm old Greg.
Oh my God, you do that really well.
I do impersonations decently well for surprising. Again, I was on radio.
Oh yeah, I forget. You have such a storied past. All right, ready?
Oh, thank
Something
you.
borrowed was the category. Or no, something old. Oh my God, you guys got me in the chat. Something borrowed. Old. So let's see a poll. Left or right? I think looks like an old camera. I don't think anyone's ever going to know whose is whose in this scenario. I mean, it could be anybody. The left is an old camera with some Jaws footage, a poster, and the one on the right says My Family by Tanner Album.
Oh, okay, so I'm not guilty as well. I was like thinking, oh God, I was like thinking, do I have the shark thing there or not? But I was like, I'm trying to get the wide angle.
So okay,
I guess we
talk about the artisticness that you put into your shot, Erik.
So I was using my LED tube to get that dramatic lighting, that side lighting that you had there. In fact, I was like trying to figure out like what camera to use. But an LED tube to get that little side dramatic lighting. Switched the camera to a wide angle lens. Just to get like the open wider shots there to get that like little bit of that fisheye right there. And I was trying to get a few other like lenses or cameras in there, but I was like, God. And again, I was pressured on time.
Good. Best art is made under pressure.
Oh God.
Well, I equally put as much thought into mine. I didn't just rush, grab the first thing I saw and decide
hide it behind a ring light.
Put it on the wrong side of a ring light could be fun. And get the shadows instead of the light. You know, there was a lot of thought that went into this in those few seconds. But you know, you just can't turn it off. Art is art, and it's just part of me.
It is forever ingrained because we took a picture of a moment. The moment is recorded, and we must accept it.
But I'm seeing quite a lot of left in the chat, so it's 1-1. Erik, you are superior with the
left shark right here.
Can I tell you that I had a friend that literally convinced me that she was left shark.
Yeah, I've met a few girls like that as well. Or they always think I am. No, I tell them I'm the right kind of shark. If you know.
Hey. Hey, this stream could be helpful in a lot of ways. Whatever you want to use it for, buddy. Now it's your platform.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Here's round 3. Round 3. Something spiky.
Spiky?
Something spiky.
Like a bike? Okay. I was gonna say my bike is downstairs and I gotta go outside.
Something bikey. No, something spiky.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
No.
Tell me when your timer's set.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm just trying to delay it, just trying to get ideas.
Okay, on your mark, get set.
Oh God.
Go. Oh God, breaking things. Something spiked. Hey, there you go. Could have taken a picture of this right here. Stitch says, I feel like Erik has some shark teeth somewhere. I mean, you would hope.
I feel like that's the obvious, though. I'm trying to not be obvious.
How is everyone? Ike, we are great. We're here with Erik Jaws talking about cosplay photography. And now we're showing off our mad photography skills. Boser spike hair.
I was keep getting a text. I'm like, who's texting me right now? I was like, oh, it's you.
How dare? How dare?
Okay.
You felt like you had to go a little further for that one.
I did. Well, because again, it's like the obvious is the shark teeth, but it's like, again, I'm trying to challenge myself and not go with the obvious.
You know what? And that's why
the
you're a
truth
good photographer.
right there.
Challenging yourself. You don't have to, but you are.
It's that bit of like, okay, you have like expectations, or at least sort of like a standard that people expect of you, and then you want to try to break that.
Break the mold.
Which
create the mold, then break it.
Under pressure, yes. Which this is pressure right now.
Pressure.
I'm getting another gray hair.
It's okay. You only have one.
Oh,
you could add to it. It's fine. All right, round 3. Something spiky. Let's see how we did. There we go. Are you taking pictures with the same kind of camera that I am? Because my camera doesn't do that. Like, are you using a Canon and texting it to yourself somehow? How are you doing this?
Oh, just simple cell. Just a simple cell with somewhat of a wide angle lens.
Well, I need to wipe off my lenses or something. All mine look foggy.
Well, I was gonna say, because you've been using a lot of LEDs, right?
Yeah.
Because you use. So that's what I was gonna say. Because again, I know LEDs have like a little bit of a light thing that sometimes cameras can't quite register or something like that, or at least depending on the closeness, if you will.
It's great that I surround myself in LEDs and go on the internet for a video TV show. This is great news. Thanks for telling me today. I've only been doing this for like 6 months.
Hey, you just added me onto the stream today.
I should have started with you, damn it. That would have been great.
But no, again,
because
that's why you got like, again, that's why you got like a lot of lenses, or not lights, flashes, where you got like the honeycomb grid or the white diffusion to help spread out the light, because obviously, you know, if you have more direct light, you're going to get harsher shadows, while, you know, a little bit more spread out.
Ooh, it's 50-50, but in the chat, I'm seeing only rights.
Am I right, boys?
So that's 2 to Erik, 1 to Boser. He is defeating me. There's 5 rounds, so somebody's taking home the W. And Alex says what Boser didn't say was winner gets the other person's camera. What?
Yeah, you could take my old one.
That one that you took a picture of last round?
No. Well, not that old.
Dang, okay, that's fine. But they like the anime hair. That's my Gohan. I got him in a loot crate.
I was like thinking, it's like, do I have a figure? Oh wait, maybe I did. Shoot. Well, again, I wasn't thinking figure, but it's like I was thinking maybe is there like a pun I could do with like Spike Spiegel or something like that? I do have like a vinyl record of Cowboy Bebop, but it's like, yeah.
Someone did say spiked. Something spiked would have been nice.
I was thinking that as well, but it's like it doesn't have the word spiked on it, so either way.
Okay, ready for round 4?
I guess so.
The penultimate round. And
penultimate. Fancy word.
Thank you. I am gonna be completely honest here. This round's gonna take me a few seconds longer because I've really got to pee. I really have to pee. So wherever I go, I'm going to add a tiny quick pee break in there. Don't worry, I'll wash my hands, but I'll be right back. But after we find out what round 4 is, which is something you've made. And don't worry, it's not going to be something I made in the bathroom.
Oh, God.
Potty humor. That's what we're here for, guys.
Oh, God.
That's Goku Boser. So sorry. I know I'm such a noob when it comes to Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. I'm banned.
And I thought I was getting ridiculous with the shark puns. Oh, my God.
I'm banned. I lose all my Twitch privileges. All right. Put a timer on the clock, but I'm going to miss it. Something you made. On your mark. Get set. Go. Oh, sorry. I just bit my mic.
I'm like, I feel like I want to sing something, but at the same time, I don't want to get any DMCAs. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Boop, 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 ba-da-doo. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark. Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark, do 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 do. Daddy shark. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark. Run away!
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Are you starting fights in the chat already, Eric? Gone for 1 minute.
Probably a little longer.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
gone for
and
10
the
minutes,
thing.
and this is what happens.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to check the VOD. I'm just gonna tell you that. Okay, there's like 2. I technically took 2 with that like little bit of time, but oof. I don't know. I was back and forth. Like I was like I couldn't tell whether. I don't know.
Okay, I'm throwing it up.
I don't know. I took. Huh?
It's not. It's not coming through to my computer. It's going through my phone, but I need it here. Hello.
Oh, are we good?
Oh, there it is. Okay. Like, am I gonna have to text it to myself? But I'm glad you guys are enjoying this content. Me taking a 10-minute pee break is the best content on Twitch, in my opinion.
Oh yes, totally.
Not biased.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hello. Sorry. Moving things around, so it fills the screen. Okay. Okay, drum roll, please. He's not gonna know. You're a lightning rod of controversy. What have you done to my chat? Oh, well, we'll work it out later. Let's see who takes this. This is things that we made. Round 4. Something you made.
Okay, so you went with the first one.
I went with the first one?
Well, I was like back and forth. Like technically there was a long enough time where it's like I actually took 2 photos.
Oh, I didn't.
I was like, whatever. I'll take it to the gods.
Undo. We're gonna add it. It didn't come through right away. But I recognize some of the people in that photo, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, again, it was like literally when we started, I was like, take it right here. I was like, oh, that's kind of cheating. I don't know.
Pictures of pictures you took.
Yeah. Well, my photo wall, as I call it. Where it's like a literally like 10-foot tall wall, about 5 foot wide.
Wow.
And it's just.
You have 10-foot ceilings?
Yeah. I live in a old, basically a converted warehouse that is now condos. So.
Oh, that's really cool. Industrial fear. You got like the pipes on the ceilings, exposed brick.
Cement ceiling. Cement ceiling, yeah.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I've always liked those. Okay, so
I don't know if you
in the
can do-
poll is photos and rubber band, and photo takes it. Beats the
I think.
ring. It's
Well,
not
I
rubber
think.
band.
I think it was. I think it was for the last poll though, like the photo wall. So I
Still,
don't know if
it
we can
wins.
do, like-
You win. It's 3-1.
Oh. Am I popping?
Oh, you popping, baby.
Uh,
I
Oh,
don't
I
know
think
that I
more
hear. Let me see.
popping.
I don't know that I hear any popping. Let us know. But Stephanie
I know,
also says
especially when you're
left. So it's
that's a double
That's-
one though.
that's a
That's a
double.
double.
whatever.
That's a, well, a double create. No, a double create actually.
Oh, there you go. So you made that. What is that? Chicago? Or no? Is that
The, ch-
is it Chicago
it's
skyline?
the Chicago skyline,
Okay.
but I also made that the photo like out of pallet wood as well. So like what the photos are hanging on. So as well. So double. So like what? Not just one item. It's two items right there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about with the popping. This is something I'm gonna have to work on because it seems like we get to a certain point in the night, towards the end, and popping happens. This literally happened to Lady I seen last week. So that is the
Okay.
sign that we need to wrap this up. We got one more round of categories, which is
my dear.
something you wouldn't show your grandmother.
All right.
All right, so put some time on the clock. Something you wouldn't show your grandmother. This will clinch the win because I cannot win at this point. 3-1. Here we go. 30 seconds. On your mark, get set, go. Is it bad that I didn't have to go far? So yeah, John, actually, for mine, this is the vaguely NSFW. And there's a story to it because what I took a picture of, I was not aware I was purchasing. I bought a mystery box, and this was inside. I was like, oh, okay. So this just lives in my house. So sorry, John, what you're about to get sent to your inbox. I tried to do it from an artistic angle, though. This just proves that I should not be a cosplay photographer.
Oh my.
I told him I got this in a mystery box. This isn't something I purchased on purpose.
You should have warned me before sending this to me.
I did. I literally said, sorry, John. Or,
I was not here.
oh, well,
I talked to someone else.
that sounds like your problem.
No, seriously.
So we're getting a little NSFW here, baby. And also, what the shit is this? I'm a little terrified. Okay, I'm throwing it up, putting it up. Oh, God.
My PG eyes.
Okay, are you ready? It's final scene. If you're not ready for some not safe for work content, close your eyes for this final round. Because tell us who wins. It's final round. Something you wouldn't show your grandmother. Boom. Both of these exist in our houses. And since I'm in the same room as my mother, says John, I'm angling my phone. Smart. So, tell us, Eric, when did you first become a serial killer?
Ever since I played Dead by Daylight.
Wow.
So, I'm a killer man.
And
I'm a
how
killer
does
man
one
out there.
really begin to get into the serial killing?
Like in the game or in real life? that's the again. You got to be specific with these questions.
Sorry, I guess that's an off-stream question. We'll continue that conversation after. Stephanie says, John, no.
Just throw in a lot of old like classical music for weird moments of scenes. Maybe throw in a little bit Roaring Twenties in there. That usually helps.
Ooh, so you take the American Psycho route where you like to play some solid music and just put some plastic on the walls and just, express yourself through an axe.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's beautiful.
I know. that's how I did some frustration at work when I was like, okay, I need to get some anger out, and I was like literally breaking a pallet, but I was like playing classical music, and it strangely helped for some reason.
Like the copy machine scene in Office Space.
Basically, but again, but to the thieving magpie, you know, like the scene in like Clockwork Orange at all.
I've never seen that movie actually.
What? I highly recommend it.
I know.
Good. My favorite Stanley Kubrick film.
Hey, it's a tie. It's a tie. So,
So what happened?
you still win because you had
Bonus
3
round.
to 1. Oh God. Wow, Troy
Hip to
showed
be a
up
Square axe swing.
just for this. It's hip to be a square.
Oh goodness.
Way to show up.
Troy.
Oh, excuse me. All my spikedness is coming back. So give it up for Erik Jaws. He is the winner of photoshoot.
I did not believe in myself. Holy cow! I was moth nervous, most moth nervous indeed. I'm glad to hear it. So thank you for your great shit votes, everyone.
Don't let your dreams be dreams, kids. Turn them into reality, like Erik has tonight, by being on a Geek Out Sesh, because he once told me this was a childhood dream of his. Ever since he was a wee young lad, he dreamed of being on this very Twitch stream that's been existing for the past 6 months. So that's amazing.
Say you were gonna ask me on me. I was gonna be like, "What's Twitch?"
Right? No, that was me like a year and a half ago.
What's internet? What is internet? AOL. Sounds phony.
It can't be real. But please, you guys, I encourage you, do use the command Jaws and go find all of his link tree so that you can book him, you can support him, you can follow him, you can continue in this journey that he is on, because I just love watching you continually level up your skills, because I've been watching you for a few years now and it just gets better and better and better, and it's just really exciting. And I love seeing my friends just love to gush about your work and working with you, because like clearly you're doing something right. You know how to create a comfortable environment and you know how to treat your clients. And from the creator scene in our little circle, like that means a lot. And so you're making some great things. Thank you so much for doing that.
No, and again, thank you much for having me tonight. It was really fun to just take a night off, just chill, relax, play some games, chats, drink beer. Not worry about the Twitch settings at all. So I love streams where I just can just sit back and enjoy my time.
You know, we try to make it easy for you. We try to make it easy. And if you enjoyed tonight's stream, then go ahead and hit that follow button, or even if you really want to support the channel, hit that sub button, because like I said at the beginning of the stream, we do this each and every Monday at 8:30 Eastern Standard, and you can watch it live here on Twitch at twitch.tv/4geeksbygeeks, or you can watch it after the fact on the YouTube, or even listen to it on your podcast. So this YouTube will be live tomorrow, and the podcast will be live on Wednesday, in case you didn't catch the whole thing and you want to catch it again. Or if you want to share with your friends and say, listen, this is some guys I like hanging out with, go ahead and join me next Monday. And then, as always, we will have gaming on Wednesday, and this month we are taking a break from D&D content, but only so that we can pre-record and get it prepared for all of you, so that come February we've got a brand new mini D&D campaign that our very own Jeff Sitz is going to lead as our DM, and I'm really excited about it. So I hope all of you are ready to continue that journey with us, and all of you will come back next Monday for a brand new guest with Outlaw Cosplay, who makes some incredible huge cosplays with foam. You're familiar with Outlaw?
I was thinking out of line cosplay, so I might have gotten mixed up.
Ooh, I'll have to go check them out. I'm sure you've seen Outlaw, because I think I've seen them at C2E2. They do like huge Optimus Prime or Voltron, or they do incredible huge cosplay. So if you want to learn more about how to go big in your cosplay, tune in next week. There you go. Now you know. I'm excited. I haven't got to hang out with him much, really ever, but I just have been loving his work for a few years now, so I get to learn all about it. But as always, I am Boser.
And I'm Erik Jaws.
And until next time, you just keep geeking out.
Geeking out, yes.
Nailed it.